Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Angela, and I don't know what I'm doing. I decided to do a couple of VRs tonight. I fell asleep after the first one, and now my brain is fried. So anyway, I decided to do the first one I did. I just uploaded. It's available now. Then I decided to do hashtag spelling names with tarot. It's a VR to Feeding My Soul, which I will upload her information below. Um, Basically spelling out um, names with tarot. I did this with my actual name years ago on my channel with which was a VR2 Kittens, Weights, and Tarot. And now this one is from a VR2 Feeding My Soul, which is um, it's basically spelling out your channel name with the tarot, which was able to do. When I did the one previously to Kitten, Weights, and Tarot to spell Angela, I had to wait a while because I didn't have text that spelled it all out. Now I do, but anyway, so my channel name is Soul Dreamer, SOULDREAMER. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 decks. So we're going to go with S was the first one. And you know what? I just put all these backwards. Hold on one second. Okay. So the first deck that goes with S, and these are decks I either haven't used in a long time or just it's the first thing that popped in my head. And the first one that popped in my head with this one, it was a Spirit Song Tarot. It's by Paulina Cassidy. It is a US Games deck. The reason this one popped into my head is because it is the deck I'm currently using for my year ahead spread. This was January, February, March. But it's got keywords at the bottom along with the card number. It's a stunning, beautiful deck. And I never really reach for it. So that's why I decided to use it this year as my year ahead spread deck, just to get to know it over the year. It is a stunning deck, and I love it to pieces. I love this giraffe here. It's a gorgeous deck. And that is my only S in this prompt, or video. And it's the deck I decided to go with because it deserves a lot more love than I give it. And that is the Spirit Song Tarot. I have the cards separated for mine. That's what this April is. 7 of Feathers, 7 of Swords. Okay. So now we're on to O. O is the Orion's Animal Tarot. Now, I've talked about this. This is a Rockpool Publishing. It's by Ambi Sun. I've shown this deck more than I've used it. Way more. It's stunning, stunning deck. The book, fabulous. I just never reach for it. I don't know why. Silver edges. Cardstock is beautiful. As soon as this deck came out, and I understand that at one point it was not a mass market deck. It was a indie deck. It became mass market. It is so freaking beautiful. So beautiful. I don't know if it's because of the black backgrounds that makes it more beautiful. All I know is it's so stunning that I'm just like, yeah, it's gorgeous. And I never reach for it. Don't know why. I never reach for it. It's a gorgeous deck. And that's my O. Look at that. Oh, look at that beautiful polar bear. It's a gorgeous deck. I just never, I've had it forever now, and I just never, ever, ever reach for it. Don't know why. It's stunning. I love the cardstock. I love everything about it. Beautiful. So, that was O. So, the next letter will be U. U. It is, I keep it in this pouch because the pouch it came in was a low Scarabeo tech box, and it fell apart. It is the Universal Celtic Tarot. One of my favorite Scarabeo decks. I did edge it in this dark green to match the backs and the rest of the deck because it is pretty much all green. I love it. It taps into that Virgo-ness of me. It taps into the Virgo in me, and I freaking love it. 2 pieces for that. This makes my Virgo self very happy because of all the green and all the groundedness and the even the Celtic ancientness of it. It speaks to me on a deep grounded level. And I bought this for the Eight of Swords because the Eight of Swords in it is stunning, and I fell so hard for everything else in it. Once I got it, I'm like, yep, this is a gorgeous freaking deck. And I probably won't see the Eight of Swords now that I've mentioned her. But, yeah, this is my U deck. Oh, she's in the back. Look at that. I'm so sorry I keep yawning. This Eight of Swords is everything. It's epic. It is stunning. Because the Eight of Swords talks about how you're trapped, you're blindfolded. And here she is an angel with wings. She has no blindfold on. She's got the Eight Swords surrounding her, and she's got wings. She could take flight at any moment. And I love that concept in this specific card. Love that. And this is why I bought this deck. As soon as I saw this Eight of Swords, I went and bought the deck. And then everything about the deck spoke to me. And I'm like, okay, I love you. But yes, the Universal Celtic Tarot is my U in Soul Dreamer. I love it. 2 pieces. Okay, SOUL. We have the Line Strider Tarot by Cielo Thompson. This is a Llewellyn publication. So far we have all mass market decks. There is an indie in here. One indie, wow. Everything else is mass market. This is a typical Llewellyn cardstock, which I just screwed up. Yeah. Beautiful. I had the mini. I actually got rid of the mini. I had the mini, and I was like, I need the cards to be bigger because I can't see. I think it's because of all the white space. It made it harder for me to see the smaller version. I do love this deck. I just never reach for it either. I love the deck in the fact that there's so much white space. It literally feels like everything can come to life and just walk off the page. Walk off the card. And I love that freedom in this card, or this deck. I love that freedom. Yeah. And it's stunning, and I don't know why I don't ever use it. I love it. I love this tower. But yeah, this is the L in Soul Dreamer in my name. And it's freaking beautiful. So that's the first word, soul. Now we're going on to dreamer. So we have a D. And I felt like I was doing something wrong if I didn't add this deck in here. But it is the Druid Craft. I have the smaller box version. This is a Red Wheel publication. I did trim mine. I have a book here. I also edged it in army green. It came out beautiful, I think. It still doesn't shuffle the way I want it to, but it was never going to, considering the freaking glossy cardstock. But I have had a very tumultuous relationship with this deck. I do feel like taking the borders off now, the artwork can breathe better. I freaking love it. I just don't reach for it either. But I do feel like it does have its time and place. I have yet to discover what that time and place is. I've seen this deck forever. It never was on my radar, even though it's a very Virgoan deck. It was never on my radar. Then I started dreaming about it, and I'm like, what? Like, I dreamt that I was in some kind of, I knew I was in Russia. Don't know why, but I knew I was in this antique store in Russia. And the guy had like junk everywhere. It was totally my hipster style antique store too, where there's like just books everywhere, junk everywhere, and you just see stuff in glass cases that's just everywhere, and there's no rhyme or reason to anything, and I freaking loved it. And I saw this deck in a case, and I'm like, oh, there's the Druid Craft. And I literally said this out loud in the dream. And I said, oh, I'll come back later and buy it. I don't need it. And then when I came back to buy it, I had the dream again. I dreamt the dream again after I decided not to buy it. And I had walked outside to the street, and I knew at that moment I was in like Moscow or something. Like, it was weird. And then I dreamed the dream again, and this time somebody was buying it out from under me. Like, I went in to buy it specifically, and they were buying the deck, and I'm like, no, and I woke up. So it was like something was telling me, you need to buy this deck. And then there was a whole thing with a buddy of mine that I was like, oh, that's why I bought it. And then I dreamed the dream again, and I'm like, okay, maybe it's not. I've dreamed of this deck so many times, I don't know why, and I still have yet to want to. So that is the Druid Craft in the D for Dreamer in my name. So now we have R, and I chose the Relative Tarot by Carrie Paris. This is a Wiser Books publication. What shocked me about this deck is I knew I was going to get it because it's an RWS collage style deck. And the edges are gold, gilded. It's a thick deck, so it's kind of hard. I can almost not get my hands around it. I do love the backs. I knew I was getting this deck when I saw it. I'm like, I have to get this. It's beautiful. It's very RWS collage. And then I I have the most random dreams sometimes, and sometimes those dreams to me feel like spirits reaching out. And I actually had a couple dreams a couple times before I got this deck where I had seen scenes of someone in the street laying dead. And I was like, oh no. And I had this dream a couple times. And then I got this deck. And I'm like, what is happening? Because it appeared to be that person was in this deck. And I'm like, what is happening? And that's when I realized, I mean, I knew I'd had dreams with deceased people coming to me in my dream because I wasn't paying attention to them in real life. And this deck made me realize that, and just like everything else in my life, if I don't pay attention in my waking hours, it will come to me in a dream. Because everything that has ever been with my psychic abilities, my mediumship abilities, any of it, it has all started with my dreams. And this deck made me realize if you don't pay attention to them when you're awake, they will start coming to you in your dreams. And I was like, okay, so I had to start paying attention more, which is partly why I do a reading every morning and ask whoever's here. On my first break, I'll do a spread. That's why. So next letter is E. So D-R-E. And it's my Encore Tarot by Chiara Marchetti. It's the only indie I have in this thing. Gilded Red. I freaking love it. This is my favorite Chiara Marchetti deck, and it's because of the moon. And I mean, this deck is so beautiful. This was the first one I legitimately purchased. I actually bought a copy of the Gilded Tarot, and it was a knockoff. I didn't know it was a knockoff, but this is my baby, my precious. Anytime I reach for a Chiara Marchetti deck, it's this deck. When I first got this, I was so over the moon for it that no matter what video I did, I was showing this deck off because it was what was it? It was out of print when I first found out about it. And then he said, oh, I'm not making any more. It's gone forever. And I'm like, oh no. And then he brought it back into print, which it's still in a print to this day. And here, the moon card, the reason why I love this deck so much. There's just a certain amount of freedom and just no fucks given in this card. And I freaking love that. Love it. So that is the Encore Tarot. That is my first E in Dreamer. So now we have D-R-E-A-L. I put it in this pouch, thinking I was going to use it more. If I put it in the pouch, I still haven't used it more. I did edge it in this wine color. It's the Antique Anatomy. And I freaking love it. That's one of my favorite Wheel of Fortunes. I never used this deck either. Don't know why. It's freaking beautiful. When I first got it, I use it all the time. It kind of is what broke me into pip decks. And I love it. I love it to pieces. I just never reach for it anymore. But I love it to pieces, and this is the only A in my Soul Dreamer name. And I'm not going to go crazy because everybody's seen this deck. And I made this cute little pouch for it with a little elephant there. Next, we have M. The first deck that popped in my mind, I made a pouch for it, was the Mary L. Same cardstock and edging as the Orion's Animal Tarot I just showed you, but they're two different publishers. This is by Red Feather. We all know what this deck is. This is also one of my grandmothers in a deck. It's a stunning deck. That's all I can say. And I use it a lot. This is my grandmother, my maternal grandmother's deck. So I don't use it often unless I feel the need to connect with her. And her work that she's doing, I think, from the other side. using this deck, if that makes any sense to you guys. So that is the Mary L. 2 left. I have the Easy Tarot for E next, which is also a Marchetti, Chiara Marchetti deck. This is the deck I got. It's actually the Gilded Tarot in a kit. It's the first deck I got. And I edged it in black. Backs are black. It's the first tarot deck I got that was the knockoff. And then when I saw this kit, I was like, yeah, I'm going to get it because it's the real deal deck. And then it took me a while to realize the Gilded Tarot that you can buy separate and the Gilded Tarot Royale are also this deck. The Gilded Tarot Royale, I think, has changed colors in some of the images. I don't know. I have a mini of it, but I haven't compared the two. But this was the very first Chiara Marchetti deck I got. It was just a knockoff version of it. And then when I saw this one, I had to get it because it's Chiara Marchetti. Come on. So the last letter is letter R. And if you have been watching my channel for any amount of time, you're going to know. It is the Rosebud Tarot. This is by Wiser Books. I got this last year. It was indie at one point. It came out mass market last year, 2023. I edged it in pink. It's a cute little, almost pocket-sized tarot. It's beautiful. I don't even mind the white borders on this. It is stunning. I bought this deck out of curiosity. Immediately took it over to my mother-in-law's on some kind of dinner we had. Started reading for my sister-in-law, and it was like accurate AF. And she was like, how do you know all this stuff? And I'm like, the tarot knows. I don't. And from that point on, basically this is her deck. I read for her specifically with this deck. I do read with other people now, but this is specifically her deck, I think. And it's stunning and beautiful, and I love it. And it's a deck that made me also realize that I could do readings for living people just as well as I could for deceased people. And how much I love collage decks. I didn't think I did before this. But that is all the decks that spell out Soul Dreamer. And this tag that was created by Feeding Your Soul, Feeding My Soul. It is once again hashtag, oh my gosh, spelling names with tarot. And I will link her post below also. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And if you want to see more videos, like and subscribe and do all the things. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.